Welcome back to High Stakes. We're thrilled to announce that we'll be posting more betting picks videos on our second channel. Be sure to subscribe to stay updated with our daily content. You can find the link in the comment section below. Also, for access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon, also linked in the comments. On this channel, we'll continue to release one video per day, so head over to our second channel for our daily betting picks videos. Don't miss out. Cleveland Guardians vs Philadelphia Phillies. The Cleveland Guardians are expected to start Xavier Curry. In his last start, he went 4.1 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs, and struck out 1 in a no decision against the Detroit Tigers. On the season, he has a record of 0-2 with a 4.98 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, and a 13/4 KBB ratio in 4 starts and 6 total appearances this season. Opposing batters are hitting .261 against Curry. Ranger Suarez is expected to start for the Phillies. He went 5.1 innings, gave up 7 hits, 1 walk, 3 earned runs, and struck out 4 batters in a loss in his last start against the Minnesota Twins. On the season, he has a record of 105 with a 2.87 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, and a 116/27 KB ratio in 20 starts. Opposing batters are hitting .224 against Suarez. Xavier Curry has been good for Cleveland. His 4.98 ERA is inflated due to 1 poor outing in which he allowed 6 earned runs back in May. In all other starts or appearances, Curry has allowed 2 or fewer earned runs. The Guardians have one of the best bullpens in the league, so when Curry exits the game, their bullpen will take over, and they have been superb. Ranger Suarez will start for Philly, and he has been shaky the last few starts. In Suarez's last 4 starts, he has allowed 3 or more earned runs in each start. Suarez has allowed 6 or more hits in each of his last 4 starts. Walks have also started to pile up for Suarez recently as well. With a great bullpen, Cleveland will win this contest. Take Cleveland on the money line. The Phillies have been excellent on offense. They are top 10 in runs, hits, home runs, RBI, walks, stolen bases, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. Ranger Suarez will start for Philly, and he has been shaky the last few starts. In Suarez's last 4 starts, he has allowed 3 or more earned runs in each start. Suarez has allowed 6 or more hits in each of his last 4 starts. Walks have also started to pile up for Suarez recently as well. Both teams will score runs and the over will hit in this contest. Take the over, 8.5 runs. Atlanta Braves vs New York Mets. It was a very key win for the Braves on Saturday as it halted a 6-game losing streak, which briefly put them under the Mets in the standings. Offensively, the club has managed to score just 25 runs in their first 8 games since the All-Star break. This season, the club is hitting .239 and has scored 433 runs in 103 games. Marcell Ozuna connected on his 30th home run of the season on Saturday, second most in the National League. The DH leads the league with 82 RBI, and he has scored 64 runs. Even in the face of a loss on Saturday, New York was one of the hottest teams coming off of the All-Star break, with a 6-3 record in their first 9 games back. The offense has put up 4.3 runs per game in that stretch, and this season they have scored 504 runs in 104 games. Jeff McNeil collected 2 of the team's 3 hits in their loss on Saturday. The outfielder has hit safely in 6 straight games, 4 of them 2-hit efforts. In 9 meetings this season, it's been the Mets who own a slight 5-4 advantage in the head-to-head series, though they have split the 6 games played in New York. The Mets came off of the all-streak break on a mission and have heaved themselves over the Braves in the process. They stay in that position with a win in the series finale, and following Saturday's futile effort, look for their offense to rebound. They do remain 28-27 at Citi Field this season, while Atlanta has gone 25-27 on the road. Peterson has also fared well at home this year, going 2-0 with a 3.10 ERA. Even with their win on Saturday, the Braves' offense has not shown much in the second half. They have averaged just 3.1 runs per game since the All-Star break. Take the Mets to win. The under is 5-4 in the 9 games between the 2 teams this season. They have averaged a combined 9.4 runs per game when they have met this season, but between the 2 teams, the under has hit a total of 105 times this year. Noted above, the Braves' offense has not been solid in the second half, scoring 4 runs or less in 7 of their 8 games. The Mets' offense has had some highs in the second half, but for the most part they haven't exerted themselves too much. They are also coming off of a shutout loss in which they only collected 3 hits, so even a couple of runs for them would be deemed a success in following up. Take under 8 runs. Minnesota Twins vs Detroit Tigers. The Minnesota Twins have been excellent offensively as they are fifth in the majors with a .751 team ops while scoring 4.85 runs per game. The lineup has showcased their power as they are seventh in baseball with 125 total home runs up to this point. Second baseman Willie Castro has been hitting well as he has a .756 ops with 7 homers, 34 RBI, 58 runs scored and 10 steals while being caught 7 times. The Detroit Tigers need to figure out how to hit more consistently as they are 22nd in the sport, with a .687 team ops while averaging 4.29 runs per game. They have been aggressive at the plate as the team is tied with the Colorado Rockies in St. Louis Cardinals for 21st place with 299 total walks. Second baseman Colt Keith has been doing a decent job as he has posted a .728 ops with 11 home runs, 41 RBI, 40 runs scored and 5 steals on 6 tries. There is a pretty sizable gap between how these two pitchers have been performing in their last 7 games. Bailey Ober is 4-1 with a 2.80 ERA and a 0.96 WHIP in 45.0 innings, while Alex Faedo pitched all 7 games out of the bullpen and went 2-0 with a 4.66 ERA and a 1.45 WHIP in just 9.2 innings of work in that span. Throughout the season, the bullpens have been a bit of a difference maker, as well as Minnesota is 12th in the bigs with a 3.76 reliever ERA, while Detroit is 19th with a 4.06 bullpen ERA. With the Minnesota Twins to win this game. Both lineups have shown the ability to score well as the Twins are averaging 5 runs in their last 7 games, while the Tigers are scoring 4.29 runs in their previous 6 games. These teams throughout the season have been able to produce well when having runners in scoring position, as Minnesota is 21st with a .727 team ops with runners in scoring position, while Detroit is up at 6th in baseball with a .812 team ops in those at bats. Go with over 8 runs in this game as the better bet. Miami Marlins vs Milwaukee Brewers. The big news coming out of Miami on Saturday was that the Marlins shipped Jazz Chisholm Jr. to the Yankees in exchange from 3 prospects. The 3 returning prospects are C. Agustin Ramirez, $2 billion Jared Cerna, and S.S. Abraham Ramirez. Earlier in the week, Miami also sent reliever A.J. Puk LHP to Arizona for $3 billion Davison de los Santos and S.S. Andrew Pintar. So if it wasn't official when the Fish traded Luis Arias to San Diego earlier in the year, I'd say it's official now that Miami has thrown in the towel on the 2024 year. The expectations weren't massive for the Brewers this year, especially since they lost manager Craig Counsell to the Cubs, while also losing star pitcher Corbin Burnes to the Orioles. However, with a mediocre NL Central completely up for grabs, the scrappy crew have taken advantage and posted a first-place record of 5.945. They currently hold a 5.5 game lead over the second-place Cardinals. To win the division, the odds makers have them priced at -500. Jazz Chisholm Jr. has been a centerpiece of Miami's roster for several years now, and now the util man is no longer with the team. He's an impact piece in the lineup, and I think his absence will be felt moving forward. I'm going to ride with the Brewers -1.5 on Sunday. Milwaukee has been impressive at home this year, going 2.918 SU and 2.522 ITS. The crux of his play is Tobias Myers. However, I want to save some of his numbers for below, as I will also be on the under in this game. I think Milwaukee should be able to do enough damage in this game to cover the run line. They'll take on Kyle Tyler, who brings in a respectable 3.92 ERA. But his last 2 outings haven't been fantastic, where he's logged a 4.50 ERA and 1.70 WHIP over 10.0 innings pitched. Miami's bullpen will also be without A.J. Puk, who just got shipped off to Arizona in a trade. The Marlins have officially thrown in the towel, and we should start to see the effects of missing pieces as the season churns ahead. Take Milwaukee Brewers -1.5 runs. Tobias Myers has slotted in perfectly to Milwaukee's rotation this year, which is a testament to the Brewers' front office and pitching coaches. They always seem to find and develop the 3rd and 4th starters to give themselves a chance at making the playoffs. Myers has been dialed in at home over his last 3 starts, logging a 1.80 0 ERA and 0.90 WHIP over 20.0 innings of work. He has turned in quality starts in each of those appearances. Milwaukee also brings in one of the best bullpens in the entire league. They're currently ranked 3rd in relief ERA 3.25 and 4th in WHIP 1.18. This is setting up for a matchup where the Marlins likely won't produce much offense. They're already 29th in scoring this year, 3.60 RG, and this isn't a favorable spot for them. Let's take the under in this matinee National League clash. Take under 8.5 runs.